You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on Steins Gate. Hi, Ruronis. This is your pal, Rurouni K95 here. Today's anime review, we get to cover an anime series from 2011, which we have never reviewed before until now. We decided for today's anime review is Steins Gate. Steins Gate is a 2011 anime television series created by the animation studio White Fox, based on the 5.B and Nitro Plus's 2009 visual novel of the same name, and is part of the science adventure franchise along with Chaos Head and Robotics Notes as well. It is set in 2010 and follows Rintaro Okabe, who, together with his friends, accidentally discovers a method of time travel through which they can send text messages to the past, thereby changing the present. So let's review the plot in Steins Gate. So let's begin. Steins Gate is an adaptation of the visual novel of the same name. It is set in 2010 in Akihabara, Tokyo, and follows Rintaro Okabe, a self-proclaimed mad scientist who runs the Future Gadget Laboratory in an apartment together with his friends Mayuri Shina and Itaru Daru Hashida. While attending a conference about time travel, Okabe finds the dead body of Kurisu Makise, whatever you want to pronounce it, a neuroscience researcher. He sends a text message about it to Daru and later discovers that Kurisu is alive and that the text message arrived before he sent it. The laboratory members learn that the cell phone operated microwave oven they are developing can send text messages back in time before they are joined by Kurisu and investigated it, sending text messages referred to as D-mails to the past to change the present. Kurisu eventually creates a device that can send memories through the microwave oven, effectively allowing the user to time travel. So, by this time, CERN, a fictional organization based on CERN, because CERN is spelled with the S, but but it's based on the organization called CERN that starts with a C. Because that's the real question: is that does it make it sound familiar in Steins Gate? Secretly researching time travel, learns of the time machine and sends people to the laboratory to retrieve it, killing Mayuri in the process. Okabe goes back in multiple times to prevent Mayuri's death, but fails each time. He learns that he needs to undo all the changes their D-mails have caused, and does so until he realizes that undoing the first D-mail would return him to the timeline where Kurisu was found dead. Okabe and Kurisu tell each other about their romantic feelings for one another, after which Kurisu tells Okabe to save Mayuri. Daru hacks into SERN's database, which is pronounced as CERN for short. Yeah. And they deleted the record of the D-mail, returning them to the original timeline, which you guessed it. By this time later, Zuha Amane, Daru's future daughter, arrives in a time machine to tell Okabe that the only way to prevent a time travel arms race leading to World War III is to prevent Kurisu's father, Nakabachi, from killing her and stealing her time travel theories. Suzuha and Okabe travel back in time, but Okabe accidentally kills Kurisu himself. Representing to the present comes, and Okabe receives a message from his future self telling him to escape the current timeline. He needs to save Kurisu while reacting the vision of the dead Kurisu that his past self saw, which is which is probably not in a good way, which is basically something out of the woods, particularly. This is something about time travels in anime. We'll get to that in just a moment. Traveling back in time again, he provokes Nakabachi into stabbing him, knocks Kurisu unconscious, and puts her in his pool of blood for the past, to, as well for his past self to see, causing the timeline to diverge into one where Kurisu lives and World War III does not occur. Yeah, because it does not happen. What you see in Steins Gate, as you noticed, if you will. And that's basically the plot. Where I explain to you the plot about Steins Gate, because yeah, this is probably by the same company, White Fox, that brought you, ooh, which is part of the Science Adventure franchise, along with other animes like Chaos Head and Robotics Notes as well. I mean, that's the thing for how this is like how there is a second season of Steins Gate called Steins Gate Zero, which will come review in the future anime review at some point. So basically, of how the story, particularly of how Steins Gate, what it is about, it starts where okay, Abe Rintaro reads a story saying that a time travel mechanism has been discovered and it will be discussed in a few days at the famous radio building in the capital Tokyo, Okabe. Actually, he is a young man who always tends to be the scientific side in everything, but in reality, he does not know about science, what qualifies him to call himself a crazy scientist, but he does it anyway. The hero goes to the radio building, finds the topic hopeless, and decides to leave the building, but during his departure, he finds the body of a girl covered in blood in one of the side rooms. Yeah. He grabbed himself as much as possible and went out terrified to send a message to his friend to tell him what happened. But suddenly, the world begins to revolve around him, and the head pain is beaten and tortured to the extent that he is unable to move. After all of this, he finds himself returning in time to the period before the accident, and here our mad scientists try to save the life of a girl from death. Will he be able, or will the conspiracies of parallel worlds have a different opinion? That this is what will know when watching this excellent and very popular sci-fi anime, which is none of the less. Yeah. So, in fact, this anime particularly has basically to the extent to robotics notes as well. I mean, in fact, this is probably the most prominent feature of this anime is that its details are woven with a great deal of accuracy, professionalism, and scientific honesty. Placing a scientific rating in this anime do not darken it at all. The anime makers intentionally presented an intricated scientific plot for Steins Gate. The scientific theories that they used in the anime are really true, and their imaginative application in the events is theoretically permissible, but has not yet been scientifically proven. Many theories are mentioned in the anime, such as string theory, parallel worlds relativity, and Hawking tradition, and dozens of other sober scientific theories. This makes this anime a hearty meal for anyone who loves physics and wants to see its crazy applications in a very interesting fantasy plot, particularly for Steins Gate as well. I mean, this is the thing, particularly the drawing and animation, however, for Steins Gate, however, we all know that the anime series Steins Gate was produced by White Fox Studio, who really did good industry works on anime, such as Akame ga Kill, ReZero, Katana Gatari, and Goblin Slayer. Yet, though, this anime series is based on the visual novel. Yeah, yeah, that's how it is, particularly, which is dedicated to all different gaming platforms such as PS and PC as well. The anime drawing was characterized by very careful attention to the eyes, but nevertheless it preserved a kind of blur or blurriness in general character of the drawing, so it did not make the drawing sharp until it exhausted the eye in vision. But overall, the drawing was characterized by a smoothness that gave a comfort to the eye. Particularly, that's how it's given in the title, to explain what you see in Steins Gate as well. And yes, this anime series has capsulated only 24 episodes from April 6th, 2011 until September 14th, 2011 as well. And that's how this anime series was directed by Hiroshi Hamasaka and Takuya Sato and written by Juki Hanada with the animation direction and character design by Kyuta Sakai and music was composed by Takeshi Aebo as well. It aired for 24 episodes and it was simulcasted in and South America, Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Europe by Crunchyroll and in the United Kingdom was by Anime on Demand. A 25th episode was later included with the DVD and Blu-ray releases. These releases were handled by Funimation in North America and by Manga Entertainment in the United Kingdom. Yep. Yep. So the series was also spawned 4 original net animation episodes and a film sequel and Steins Gate Zero, an anime adaptation of the Steins Gate games sequel premiered in 2018. Steins Gate was well received by critics. Several reviewers liked the story and the writing, although some criticized the pacing of the first half of how they expect to see what is going on in Steins Gate as well. I mean, if you ever love a time travel type anime, yeah. So if you like an anime series like with some time travel and scientific plots in it, give Steins Gate a watch because this is probably a fun series as well. I mean, come to think of it, there is also a Steins Gate anime film sequel, which is called Steins Gate Movie, which is Load Region of Deja Vu, which was premiered on April 20th, 2013 as well. And yes, there is an anime adaptation of Steins Gate Zero, which premiered on technically 2018 as well. And this is, and all of the top of that, the footage from the Steins Gate anime series was used in the 2018 video game Steins Gate Elite, which is particularly for the video game, which is only available for the PlayStation 4 in Japan, as well as PlayStation Vita, Microsoft Windows, and the iOS as well. Which, ironically, it's basically like they used footage from the Steins Gate anime. I mean, what is it with anime footage? What is it with footage and anime from the anime that used for the video game? That's the real question, particularly in which Steins Gate has a lot to do for this with particular reasonable way as well. It's been a while since I watched Steins Gate because if you haven't seen it, give Steins Gate a watch because it's a lot of fun anime series, particularly if you love time travel, twisted turny things as well. And so that's going to be it for my anime review on Steins Gate for today's anime review. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's my thoughts on this. When I first watched it, I really admired it. I mean, the animation looks good as well, and the story plot is well done and good as well, particularly for a Steins Gate anime series. If you you can watch Steins Gate for free on Funimation, or you can get it on DVD or Blu-ray as well. Oh, and it's also on Crunchyroll as well, particularly if you want to watch it on Crunchyroll as well, if you can find it as well. If you haven't seen a time travel anime series, give Steins Gate a watch. Help subscribe for content. My anime pilot link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook if you have Twitter, Facebook account, and all social media. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button on this video. Feel free to leave in the comments in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RuRoniK95. Feel free to join the channel, especially new to my channel. Hit the notifications as well button. Keep it otaku for this anime review, and I got another anime review next. Stay tuned for my next anime review. I got another anime OVA, once again for tomorrow's anime review on Samurai Hunt for the Sword. Stay tuned for my next anime review on Samurai Hunt for the Sword, because you won't want to miss another anime review.